My Maytag stove, and what's happening is this: the biggest burner here is coming on full power sometimes, even if you get it set at half, and it does it all the time, but also just do it. So we've got two burners here, the single burner, and the outside one is the dual burner. So put it on dual here. Get it on dual, and see it's getting hot here. It's getting hotter than it should be here. So you turn it up to high. And when you turn it back to dual, or back to half, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't go. Same thing on the single one. So put it in high here. Put it back to half of that. See how it doesn't go back? So the burner is, the switch has to be changed. It's not the burner, it's the switch that controls this. So you need what they call a dual infinite switch here, because it controls two different, single and the dual. You'll need a dual switch here. My Maytag stove, where do you find the model number? It's right down here in this tray here, and it's right here. Model number and serial number. You'll need the model number to replace the switch here. Here's the switch I ordered here. Here's the part number. This is the part number you would need if you go on Amazon here. This is the part number. This is the infinite switch, but it's a dual infinite switch. So on this particular model, Maytag model here, there's one in the front here. There's a single and a dual, and just a single burn in the back. Same with this one. There's a dual and a single at the back here. You have to get the dual switch. This is the one we're going to change today. You have to get the dual switch. So make sure you get the right number. If you put a single one in here, it won't work. Let's pull the stove out here. Get the back panel to get at the switch. Pull the cord out here to disconnect the power to the stove. Let's speed things up and take the back panel off. Some people will take just this one side off here and just pull it off on the one side, and then not take the other side off. Makes it a little more cumbersome to do. We'll just take the whole panel off. It only takes a few minutes here, and then you're not worried about cutting your fingers on the sharp edges here on the stove here. So finish on the other side, take all the screws out, and then we'll remove the full panel and take a look at what switch, that infinite switch we're going to take out here. And take the panel off. Here we go. Take a photo of the switch so you know the wiring is. There's the dual infinite switch we're going to change. Here's the single one, another single one, and the other dual one on the other side here. So there's a difference in the switches. Just pull the knob off here, and there's two screws holding this on. You'll need a Phillips number 2 screwdriver holding your infinite switch on here, and it'll just speed things up here a bit. Remove the old switch here, and on the bottom was the actual number there for the part number, and line the new one up with the same part number underneath here. They're lined up. And I'm going to take a magic marker and then mark on the harness on the old one, and on the old switch here, mark it, and then mark it on the new switch. So now I have the proper orientation of this new switch that's going to go in. So there's our two parts of this harness, the top part and the middle part there. Take them both off, and we've got all lined up. Put the middle one in, middle harness, and the other one just fits over top of it, and you're going to see we have it lined up there with our mark on the actual new switch. She's lined up here. You have the harness lined up properly. Put the switch back in here and put it through the hole, and put the two screws to hold the switch in place. Line up our holes on the infinite switch there, number 2 Phillips screws. Put them in place. We'll speed things up a little bit here. Finish up, and we'll just put the knob back in place, and we're ready to go. So put the panel back in. We're not going to show all the screws going in here. There's quite a few of them. We'll just speed things up a wee bit here. So we got our panel back in and we're ready to test out the new infinite switch. Special thanks to my wife who actually taped this for me. You'll need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Plug the cord back in, give power to the stove. This is the hardest part of the video, is when I line the stove back in. It's kind of a tight fit here. Get it back in. The infinite switch, let's try it out. We'll put it on high power here and let's see if it actually comes down. So we got it about half, back down about half here. And it turns it down. Same with the single one here. Put it to full power. And turn it back down to about half there. It goes down. So the switch is now working. So this is the number you'll need, the actual part number itself, written right on the switch. And here's the number here on the packaging here. Now I paid quite a bit more because I went local here. I'll leave the link for the OEM version on Amazon. It's about $70 Canadian. And if you don't have the warranty harness like I do, they're all numbered here and lettered here. So on the back with the different connectors here on the back here. Enjoyed my video on how to change this dual infinite switch here on the stove. So please consider putting a like up for me. It helps my channel, as well as subscribe to my channel. Helps grow my channel. I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. Have a great one, people.